I'm James Firth, and this week we profile Tony Posthumus. Tony is the Executive Director of Northumberland Youth Unlimited, a chapter of Youth for Christ Canada. Northumberland Youth Unlimited is hosting a community-wide youth event on January 22nd. Posthumus explains.
Passages is a youth awareness event that confronts the plight of refugees and is in support of the Better Together Refugee Sponsorship Project. It's for high school students. There's a $5 admission, and there's a Fitbit wireless wristband door prize as well.
Posthumus explains the motivation for the event.
The reason we're doing this event is a number of months ago, a group of youth pastors and youth workers were discussing the Better Together Refugee Sponsorship Project, and we were asking ourselves, how do we engage the youth of our community in this refugee crisis, and how do we prepare the youth of our community for the arrival of refugees? If you look at all the different sponsorship groups around our county, there's actually between 15 to 20 families that could be expected arriving here in the next 6 to 12 months. And so we really wanted to engage the youth in this process and prepare them as well for what this is going to look like.
Posthumus adds where they got the idea for Passages.
So we did some research and discovered that the United Nations High Commission for Refugees has actually developed an awareness game called Passages, and it's basically a role-playing game where youth will go through different modules, anything from family setup to escape and separation, a border crossing, temporary shelter, communicating with the local population. And it's really designed to help young people become aware of some of the experiences that refugees have had trying to get to Canada.
Tony adds that this isn't just the Northumberland Youth Unlimited, it's a group effort.
We are partnering with Northumberland Promise, Northumberland Child Development Center, Cornerstone Family Violence Prevention Center, Cobourg Community Church, Fellowship Baptist Church, Church on the Hill, Cobourg Alliance Church, Christ the Servant Catholic Church, and we have some community members as well. And we are all working together to host Passages. We have volunteers from all those organizations as well as our own as well.
Posthumus adds that he's hoping that the tool set students will get will help them integrate refugees into the community.
Most importantly, young people are going to be motivated to think about how they can help refugees transition to their communities, to their neighborhoods, into the schools. So we want young people to engage in this process, come to Passages, get an understanding of what refugees have gone through, become aware of it, and also, most importantly, think about how can I, as a young person in my community, in my school, how can I help transition a refugee to our community? So what we're hoping is that a young person, when they go back to school after exams in February, when there's a refugee, teenager in their school, that they're not going to just pass by them and say, oh, who's that kind of different person here in my school, that they might actually engage in conversation with them, help them feel welcome, help them find their locker, where's the cafeteria, all that kind of stuff that is so important to a new person coming into a community.
He says that it is important for students to pre-register.
Really want to encourage people to go to our website for the information and to pre-register. It's really important that we pre-register. We do have ASL interpretation available for youth that are hard of hearing, but we do need to find out, just in preparing for our event, how many youth are coming. They can go to our website. It's nyfc.org, basically short form for Northumberland Youth for Christ, so nyfc.org, and just go to that page. It's got all the information there. It's got the pre-registration information. It's on Facebook. It's on Twitter, and we really want to get this information out there and really have as great an impact on our community as we can, and really help prepare the young people in our community.
Passages takes place Friday, January 22nd from 7 to 9:30 p.m. at the Cobourg Community Center, 750 Darcy Street in Cobourg. Admission is $5. I'm James Firth, and Executive Director of Northumberland Youth Unlimited. Tony Posthumus is somebody you should know. Coming up, your 3-day weather on 100.9 My FM.